Hi viewers, welcome back. Today we are going to learn about Euler's formula. The basic result about planar graph known as Euler's formula is the basic computational tool for planar graph. This formula relates the number of vertices, number of edges and the number of faces in a planar graph. To prove Euler's formula, we need some concepts about planar graphs. Now, let us recall some definitions and examples from the last module. At first, starting with the definition of a planar graph. The definition of a planar graph is a graph is said to be embeddable in the plane or planar if it can be drawn in the plane so that no two edges intersect, that is, its edges intersect only at their ends. Such a drawing is called a planar embedding of the graph. A graph is said to be non-planar if it has no planar embedding. A concept is best understood by examples. Let us see the following example. In this example, K4 is a planar and its two different planar embeddings are shown in the screen. Next, let us see the definition of a planar graph. Definition of planar graph is a graph that is drawn on the plane without intersecting edges is called a plane graph or planar embedding of the graph. Here K5 minus E is a planar graph. Next definition is face on the plane graph. Let G be a graph embedded on a plane pi. Then pi minus G is the union of disjoint regions. Such regions are called the faces of G. Next, we note that a region of face is not defined in a non-planar graph or even in a planar graph not embedded in a plane. Next, let us see the definition of an exterior face. Each plane graph has exactly one unbounded face called the exterior face. Next, let us see the definition of an edge in the boundary of a face in a plane graph. The definition of boundary is let F be a face of the plane graph G and E be any edge of the G. Let P be a point in F. Then E is said to be in the boundary of F if for every point Q of pi on E, there exists a curve joining P and Q which lies entirely in face F. We will go with some examples related to faces. Consider the planar graph as shown in the figure. Here, this graph has four faces A, B, C and D. These faces have 5, 4, 8 and 3 edges in their boundary respectively. A is the exterior face of G. The next example is the geometric graph in the figure does not have the faces. This figure shown in the screen. Next, let us see the Euler's formula which tells us that whatever plane drawing of a plane graph we take, the number of faces is always the same and is given by a simple formula. The Euler's theorem is if a connected planar graph G has n vertices, m edges and r faces, then n minus E plus r is equals to 2. The proof of the theorem is we prove the theorem by induction on M, the number of edges of G. Basis of induction, if M equals to 0, then G must have just one vertex, that is n equals to 1 and one exterior face, that is r equals to 1. Then we have n minus E plus r is equals to 2. If M equals to 1, then the number of vertices of G is either 1 or 2. If G is a connected plane graph, 1 vertex with a loop, then G has 2 faces and thus n minus m plus r is equals to 2. If G is isomorphic to K2, then we get r equals to 1 and n equals to 2. Hence, n minus m plus r is equals to 2. Hence, the result. Induction hypothesis is assume that the result holds for any connected plane graph G with m minus 1 edges. Now, we prove the result for all graphs on m edges. We add one new edge E to G to form a connected supergraph of G and is denoted by G plus E. Now, we get the following 3 cases. The first case is E is a loop. In this case, we get a new face, that is bounded by the loop and the number of vertices n remains the same. The next case is E joins 2 distinct vertices of G. In this case, one of the faces of G is split into 2 and so the number of faces in G is increased by 1, but the number of vertices remains the same. The third case is E is incident with only one vertex of G. In this case, another vertex must be added to G and thus the number of vertices increases by 1, but the number of faces R remains unchanged. Let n dash, m dash and r dash denote the number of vertices, edges and faces in G, and n, m and r denotes the same in G plus E. In case 1, n minus m plus r is equals to n dash minus of m dash plus 1 plus r dash plus 1, which is equals to n dash minus m dash plus r dash. In case 2, n minus m plus r is equals to n dash minus of m dash plus 1 plus r dash plus 1 equals to n dash minus m dash plus r dash. In case 3, n minus m plus r is equals to n dash plus 1 minus of m dash plus 1 plus r dash, which is equals to n dash minus m dash plus r dash. And by our induction hypothesis, n dash minus E dash plus r dash is equals to 2. Hence, in each cases n minus E plus r is equals to 2. Hence, the theorem. We can obtain a number of useful results using Euler's formula. A corollary is a theorem associated with another theorem from which it can be easily derived. The first corollary is if G is a plane n, m graph with r faces and has k components, then n minus m plus r is equals to k plus 1. The proof of the corollary is embedded G on the plane such that the exterior face of which component contains all other components. Let ni, mi and ri denote the number of vertices, edges and faces of the ith component respectively. Then by theorem we have ni minus mi plus ri is equals to 2. Hence, summation of ni minus summation of mi plus summation of ri is equals to 2k. That is, sigma ri is equals to r plus k minus 1. Since we count the exterior face k times in sigma ri. Hence, n minus m plus r plus k minus 1 is equals to 2k, and so n minus m plus r is equals to k plus 1. This proves the corollary. The next corollary is if G is a connected simple planar with n greater than or equals to 3 vertices and m edges, then m is less than or equals to 3n minus 6. Proof of the corollary is, since the graphs considered here are simple graphs, each face is bounded by at least 3 edges as no multiple edges or loops that could produce faces are permitted, and each edge belongs to the exactly 2 faces. Hence, 2m is greater than or equals to sigma I equals to 1 to r the number of edges in G, that is 2m is greater than or equals to 3r. By Euler's formula, n minus m plus r is equals to 2, and hence we get 2m greater than or equals to 3 into 2 minus n plus m, which is equivalent to m is less than or equals to 3n minus 6. The next corollary is, every connected planar graph without multiple edges contains a vertex of degree at most 5. The proof is, if the number of vertices in the graph is at most 6, then every vertex has degree at most 5. Therefore, it remains to consider the case when the graph has at least 7 vertices. Assume to the contrary that each vertex has degree at least 6. Counting edges around each vertex results in 6n is less than or equals to 2m, or equivalently 3n less than or equals to m. Then by above corollary, we get that 3n is less than or equals to m, which is also less than or equals to 3n minus 6, which leads to contradiction that 0 less than or equals to minus 6. Next, let us see the next corollary. Every planar graph G with n greater than or equals to 3 has at least 3 vertices of degree less than 6. The proof is, by corollary 2, we have m less than or equals to 3n minus 6, that is 2m is less than or equals to 6n minus 12, that is summation of degree of Vi is less than or equals to 6n minus 12, where Vi are the vertices of G. Since G is connected, d of Vi is greater than or equals to 1 for each vertex Vi. If at most 2 vertices have degree less than 6, then summation of degree of Vi is greater than or equals to 1 plus 1 plus 6 plus up to 6 into n minus 2 times, that is, which is equals to 6n minus 10, which is a contradiction to the equation 1. Thus, G has at least 3 vertices of degree less than 6. Next corollary is, if G is a plane connected graph without triangles and n greater than or equals to 3, then m is less than or equals to 2n minus 4. The proof is, if G is a tree, then m equals to n minus 1. Since n is greater than or equals to 3, we get n minus 1 is equals to m, which is less than or equals to 2n minus 4. Suppose that G has a cycle. Since G has no triangles, the boundary of each face has at least 4 edges. Also, since each edge lies on at most 2 faces, we have 2m is greater than or equals to sigma I equals to 1 to r, which is always greater than or equals to 4r, which is equals to 4 into 2 plus m minus n. Hence, m greater than or equals to 4 plus 2m minus 2n. So, we have m is less than or equals to 2n minus 4. The next corollary is, let G be a connected simple planar n comma m graph in which every face is bounded by at least k edges, so that m is less than or equals to k into n minus 2 is divided by k minus 2. The proof is, since every face in G is bounded by at least k edges, we have 2m is greater than or equals to kr, where r is the number of faces. By Euler's formula, we get 2m is greater than or equals to k into m minus n plus 2, that is k into n minus 2, which is greater than or equals to km minus 2m. Therefore, we have m is less than or equals to k into n minus 2 is divided by k minus 2. Next, I am going to discuss with you some problems. The first problem is, what is the maximum number of edges possible in a simple connected planar graph with 8 vertices? The solution of the problem is, when n equals to 8, we have m is less than or equals to 3n minus 6, which is equals to 18. Hence, the maximum number of edges possible is 18. The next problem is, let G be a simple connected planar graph with fewer than 12 faces, in which each vertex has degree at least 3. Prove that G has a face bounded by at most 4 edges. The solution of the problem is, suppose every face in G is bounded by at least 5 edges. Then, if G has n vertices and m edges, we have 2m greater than or equals to 5r. Since each vertex has degree at least 3, the sum of the degrees of the vertices is greater than or equals to 3n. Thus, we get 2m is greater than or equals to 3n. So, by Euler's formula, we have r equals to m minus n plus 2, which is greater than or equals to m minus 2 by 3 m plus 2. Thus, we get 6r is greater than or equals to 5r plus 12, where r is greater than or equals to 12. This is a contradiction because G has fewer than 12 faces. Hence, some face in G is bounded by at most 4 edges. So, next problem is, so that the condition m is less than or equals to 3n minus 6 is not a sufficient condition for a connected simple graph with n vertices and m edges to be planar. The solution of the problem is, consider the graph k 3, 3, which is simple and connected. We know that k 3, 3 has 6 vertices and 9 edges. Thus, we get m is less than or equals to 3n minus 6, but the graph is non-planar, hence the condition is not sufficient. The next problem is, prove that k 4 and k 22 are planar. The solution is, in k 4 we have n equals to 4 and m equals to 6. Obviously, we get 6 is less than or equals to 3 into 4 minus 6, which is always equals to 6, and hence satisfies the Euler's formula. Hence, k 4 is planar. For k 22 we have n equals to 4 and m equals to 4. Again, in this case, the relation m less than or equals to 3n minus 6, that is 4 is less than or equals to 3 into 4 minus 6, which is equals to 6, is satisfied. Hence, k 22 is planar. The next problem is, suppose G is a graph with 1000 vertices and 3000 edges. Is G planar? The solution of the problem is, any planar graph satisfies the inequality m less than or equals to 3n minus 6. Here n equals to 1000 and m equals to 3000. Then 3000 is less than or equals to 3n minus 6, that is 3000 is less than or equals to 3000 minus 6, that is 3000 is less than or equals to 2994, which is impossible. Hence, the given graph is not a planar. The next problem is find a graph with degree sequences 4, 4, 3, 3, 3 and 3 such that the first one is G is planar, the second one is G is non-planar. The solution of this problem, in the first one we have draw a planar graph with 6 vertices and with degree of sequences 4, 4, 3, 3, 3 and 3 is shown in the figure. The solution of the problem is, for the first one we have drawn a plane graph with 6 vertices and with degree sequences 4, 4, 3, 3, 3 and 3 is shown in the screen. For second one, by handshaking lemma, sigma I equals to 1 to n, degree of V I is equals to 2m, that is 2m is equals to 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is 2m is equals to 20. So, m equals to 10. Hence, the graph with n equals to 6 is planar if it satisfies the inequality m equals to 3n minus 6, that is 10 is less than or equals to 3 into 6 minus 6. So, 10 is less than or equals to 18 minus 6, that is 10 is less than or equals to 12. Hence, it is not possible to draw a non-planar graph with given degree sequences 4, 4, 3, 3, 3 and 3. Hope you all understood Euler's formula and try to make use of it. Try to create many more examples and learn about the applications of Euler's formula. Thank you.